I buried my wife on a Tuesday in October, 41 years of marriage, and it ended in a hospital room in Cleveland, with machines beeping and nurses whispering. Her name was Linda, and when she was gone, I discovered something nobody warns you about. Silence. Not peaceful silence. The other kind. The kind that fills a house at 6 in the evening when there's no one to cook for. The kind that sits across from you at the kitchen table. I was 67 years old, retired, and my entire world had shrunk to the distance between my recliner and my refrigerator. My kids called on Sundays. 10 minutes, 15 if I was lucky. They had their own lives, their own kids, their own noise. I don't blame them, but I started counting the days between real conversations. Once, it was 11 days. 11 days without speaking to another human being, except the cashier at the grocery store. That's not living. That's waiting. My Social Security was $2,140 a month. My pension added another $900. On paper, I was fine. But in Cleveland, fine meant heating a house that felt like a museum of my old life, watching my savings drip away, and wondering if this was really how the last chapter goes. Then one night, around 2 a.m., because that's when widowers do their thinking, I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole. A guy about my age, sitting on a balcony somewhere tropical, talking about his life in the Philippines. I almost clicked away. I thought, that's for other people, younger people, braver people. But I kept watching, and somewhere around the fourth video, a thought crawled into my head and refused to leave. What exactly am I staying here for? 6 months later, I landed at Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila, with 2 suitcases and my wife's photo in my carry-on. I was terrified, let me say that clearly, because these videos always make it sound easy. I was 67 years old, I'd never lived outside Ohio, and I stepped off that plane into heat like a wall, and traffic like nothing I'd ever seen. The first week, I almost booked a flight home twice. Manila is chaos. Beautiful, deafening, overwhelming chaos. Jeepneys painted like carnival rides. Street vendors calling out. 20 million people living their lives at full volume. For a man coming from 11 days of silence, it was like being shocked back to life with a defibrillator. Here's the thing they don't tell you. That chaos saved me. I rented a 1-bedroom condo in Makati for $550 a month. Air conditioning, a pool I actually use, a security guard named June who learned my name on day 2 and asked about my day every single morning after that. Think about that. In Cleveland, my next-door neighbor of 14 years never once asked how I was doing. Let me break down what my life actually costs, because I know that's why some of you are here. Rent, $550. Electricity with the AC running, about $90. My phone and internet, $35. Food, and I mean eating well. Fresh mangoes, fish caught that morning, meals out 3 or 4 times a week, maybe $400. A cleaning lady who comes twice a week and treats me like family, $60 a month. Add transportation, my visa, some extras. I live a full, comfortable life on about $1,400 a month. I was spending more than that in Cleveland just to be miserable. But listen to me. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. The money is not the story. The money is just the door. What's on the other side of that door is what changed my life. Filipinos have a word. Kapwa. It roughly means shared identity, the idea that you and I are not separate, and they live it. Within a month, the ladies at the market knew my order. The family who runs the carinderia downstairs started setting aside food they thought I'd like. When I got a bad cold in my 3rd month, 3 different neighbors knocked on my door with soup and medicine. 3. I'd been invisible in America for 2 years, and suddenly I mattered to people who had known me for weeks.